Hello everyone, this is CVGS and welcome to another episode of CVGS On Air. I'm Dempsey, your host, your host, and with me here is the co-host and moderator as well,
Cat. Oh, hi.
and we have our special guest today, Jasmine.
Hello, I'm Jasmine.
Yes, welcome back. It's been a while since we've seen you in our previous
Yes,
videos. Right?
oh my god, how long has it been? Like
I
years?
I can't remember because the only memorable one that we have is the This Is Perfect Guard.
Was it?
No,
I
no,
remember,
that was
I remember
that was
it
the
was
very
the
first one.
It was the
Can't Stop the Genie Skills was the one where she
yes.
basically appeared in the video. And
Yeah.
there's also Vanguard versus Yu-Gi-Oh! 3.
3,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, 2
Dark
and 3.
Past.
That's 3, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been a while since Jasmine has come back. Yeah. So would you
Did
like to?
you miss me?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda.
So, yeah.
I was about to say something witty, but
Wow,
that's
okay.
fine. Okay, so Jasmine, why don't you introduce yourself to us and the viewers? What
Okay,
you do?
so I used to play Vanguard, and then I think I rarely play it now.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I currently play Battle Spirits,
Hmm.
but I also very tired because of school and stuff. So
Right.
what do I talk about? Okay, so I basically just play like I actually forgot what I was supposed to say. Sorry.
Okay. Well, you said you used to play Vanguard.
I
Keyword
used to
being
play Vanguard.
used.
Yeah, used to play Vanguard.
Yeah, but since you used to play Vanguard, what clans did you play?
I actually started with Dark Irregulars, then I went on to
Mm-hmm.
play Shadow Paladin and like clans like that. Yeah,
Very
then,
edgy clans.
Very
yeah, so actually, yeah, I usually end up playing. I actually didn't want to go into the meta at the first because like during when I played was the Narukami hype, and I didn't join the Narukami hype until like way later on. Yeah, so but then I eventually joined the meta and played Shadow Paladin. So that's that. What does it say about me as a person?
You're edgy as heck.
Can't
I mean, that's
deny
one way to
that.
put it.
I can't deny that.
Yeah. But was there any reason that made you want to play Shadow Paladin in the first place? Or Dark Irregulars for the matter?
Yeah, because I like edgy characters. But to be fair, I was really intrigued by their playstyle. So I actually, before I actually started Shadow Paladin, I was playing, I think, there was a point of time I was playing Grand Blue. So like, yeah, Grand Blue, I think I was playing the Cositus build.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was one point of time. And after Cositus was Shadow Paladin. Then I have fallen for Shadow Paladin ever since.
So
To
it
be
just came
fair,
to
it's-
Shadow Paladin and just
Yeah,
stayed there.
it's hard to ignore like the dark,
Yeah.
scary dragon thing.
I came
It's
for
it's a recurring theme because there
Uh-huh.
was a period of time I was playing what's that game? Bodyfight. Yeah, Bodyfight.
Yes.
And I played Aji the Haka. So that says
Oh yes.
Azuraka, yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
remember
like-
that one.
yeah, it was very good phase.
Yeah.
And then the game got power creep to hell, and then yeah, that's where I am now.
You've always been in hell. Kind
True.
Kinda, yeah.
True.
Of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jasmine was like, I came here for the dragons, I stayed for the edgies.
Yeah, it's like it's to also find way they get me into like a card game to show me the edgiest dragon you can find, and I'm probably this is like my kind of thing. Let's go, let's do it.
But I think that's the kicker right there. This is not the typical kind of thing that would appeal to females like you, lah.
Yeah.
In that regard, also.
I think it depends on the kind of females that get into the card games because there are some female card gamers that do go straight for the stereotypical girl route,
Yeah.
and then the others like maybe for Jamie and I, we went straight for the other end of the spectrum.
I mean, it's either this or that. There's no like really no in between. Like people go like, I came in for the meta, for example. Like there are very little female players. I wouldn't say there is none. Yeah, but the number of female players who come in for the meta is actually not a lot.
I mean, when I used to play tournaments, like I do see like a few girls here and there. Yeah, and then like those girls who do play in those tournaments are like around the same kind as me. Like they don't play the
The typical.
yeah. They don't play the stuff like Kagero. They play stuff like Narukami, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean you do see once in a while. You see like a Royal Paladin female play, which is quite typical, quite standard. Yeah, but you rarely see girls that go straight for like Chaos Breaker, for example.
Yeah, actually funny.
I'm talking about myself in this aspect.
Yeah, but funnily enough, like the girls that we know, the female players that we know in our group also, mainly play these so-called edgy clans. And I think as of now, the only female player that we know that plays things that are not.
It's probably
edgy.
Josephine.
It's Joe. Joe
Yeah,
plays
Neonectar.
Neonectar in Angel Feather,
Yeah.
which to a lot of people will be like the very feminine, exponentially
Really
feminine.
expected? Yeah. No, not really.
I wouldn't say it's
I was-
expected
yeah, it's-
because Neonectar maybe ever since Asha comes out, then this considered a very feminine clan.
Yep.
The same but Angel Feather has always been like sort of feminine in the first place because when they first started, the main Vanguard has always been seraphims.
Yeah,
Seraphs.
Seraphim, angels, Angel
Yeah.
Feather.
Angel
Yeah,
Feather.
not to mention the fact that in the anime they also played by
Females.
female
players.
characters.
Yes, correct,
yes.
correct.
You don't see like male players
No, I
playing
think
Angel
I think that's
Feathers.
the demographic they're going for. Like they use female players in the anime to appeal to the females.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
it ends up the actual thing when you see guys playing stuff like Bermuda Triangle, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
it's like, yeah.
But
it's kind of weird, lah.
Yeah, but then that's why I feel like therein lies the trap in a little bit, because of the fact that like say at the start OTT was marketed because Misaki was playing
Yeah.
OTT,
And
so
it looks so playing OTT
and
now.
I remember stories back then when guys would get their girlfriends to come in and play,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yes,
OTT is
yes,
always the clan that
yes.
they would play. So
Exactly.
yep.
The reason I did that was not because of OTT but for Genesis, because I actually got my girlfriend to start playing Vanguard.
For Genesis?
For Genesis, I even built an entire deck for her.
Uh-huh.
But well, she came in
It
last.
didn't work.
It didn't last
come
long,
out.
but I also have come to the point to understand that she's not the card player kind of person. So
Ah,
it's understandable.
fine.
So I ended up taking the deck myself anyway.
So for those that are more card game centric, also for those more card game centric, you see them actually play a wide variety. I think one of the more popular ones for that females play is actually Pale Moon.
Yes. I
Pillman
heard-
is a very popular
yeah,
female
very
clan.
popular female clan.
Yeah.
Like, but I can't see the graphs and mechanics somehow. It's like I don't know. It's just something about Pure Moon that I just can't seem to grasp. I don't know why. It's like okay, I can understand the way it plays, but it doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I mean it's not all clans are for everyone. Like if you ask me, right, I personally don't play meta clans for obvious reasons, but that's one thing. I also don't play a lot of say. I don't even play Bermuda Triangle as religiously as OTT.
No, actually the thing is that you know Vanguard Zero actually was like a hype for some time, and I did start Vanguard Zero to try like other clans. So
Yeah.
like, I did manage to try out Pale Moon. I managed to try out what's that? Bermuda Triangle. But it's like after I play through, it's like, I kind of get the playstyle, but I can't seem to see it working for me. So
Yeah, the playstyle may not be for everyone. That's why there are so many clans. But that's one good thing that that Bushido has done to introduce so many clans to us when we can go to cater to different kinds of playstyles.
Correct.
And within the clans, they also have different playstyles already. So there's like
Yes.
25 clans times
is
3.
it 25 or is it
No, 24.
24. Oh, sorry, I was counting. Oh, I was including Bunny Dream also.
Oh, right.
But yeah, 24 clans, not counting those title booster clans like Tokirambu, Bang Dream, these kind of things. Yeah, so
forgot
24.
Benjamin was a thing for a time.
Yeah, times I think 2 to 3 different kinds of playstyles with different sub clans or
Yes.
this. So that's a lot of different playstyles that people that it caters to, which is a good thing.
Yep.
But at the same time, they kind of like alienates certain people who want to focus on one thing because everything that Bushido has done so far, like set release and everything, is focusing only on either the meta
Yes.
or they just like in Chinese they just say 意思, like just throw you a bunch of cards and here go try and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the case for the OTT stuff for a while.
For a while, yes. Yeah. If you guys didn't know, Jasmine did for a while play Susano as well. So
For a while.
So during that time where new cards were released for OTT, both of us were just raging away, with like throwing our heads in buckets of salt.
Yeah, because how to say, it's like while OTT has new cards, it's like it's not the kind of impact that we want for OTT. So
Yes.
it's like a bit underwhelming in the sense of like, plus it's like it's like you get food, but the food isn't appetizing enough, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like
okay, eat lor, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why at that time we were trying so hard to get the deck to work, and
Yes.
when it finally did, oh look, V series just came out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's a bit like we will finally catch up something, then like, suddenly it gets like power creep again. So it's like it's a bit put off. Like you kind of feel put off by the whole investment of the thing.
Not to mention get banned.
Ah,
The
yes.
only banned card. But in any case, yeah, I think there were a lot of things about the boosting and clan distribution that hasn't been said already. So, Jasmine, you have seen the ratio of male and female players in the card game communities, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's quite understandable that there are more males and female players. So like you rarely see female players because it's card games in essence is mostly catered for guys. Like you rarely see girls play. Even like you talk about other card games like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, or even Better Spirits. Like you rarely see female players.
Yeah.
So because it's kind of like there's a stigma in a sense because it's like you when you go to tournaments and then you see like female players like male players treat you differently, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like if you use like a typical meta deck for like a guy who play, let's say if a guy use like Kagero, for example, and beats another guy, it's kind of like expected. But then if you use like Kagero, because I have been to that point, like I use Kagero in a tournament, and then I actually fought against another guy. Then like the guy beside him will be like, "Hey, you lost to a girl, or you suck," kind of thing. Because it's like guys expect win against girls, kind of thing. It's very standard.
Yeah, it's a very toxic stereotypical mindset.
Because it comes with the masculine
superiority.
That's correct.
Superiority.
Masculinity. So it's like guys expect to win against girls, kind of standard thing. But then if you see like girls winning against guys, you kind of like they feel like their ego is diminished or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, I hate to say I mean, yeah, while it is to many people it's kind of like humiliating, so-called, to lose against a girl for whatever reason,
but
at the same time there is no gender difference.
There is no gender difference.
Yeah.
Actually, from my perspective, you can take it as a male perspective if you will. But I really do find like those kind of insults to be very juvenile.
Yeah,
but
because
then on the other hand, right, if you have those kind of like creepo guys who try to use card games as an excuse to get closer to a girl, that kind of thing. You kind of get used. I actually rarely encounter this, but I've heard stories of like girls being hit on because they play card games.
Yep.
Then it's like they get very weird remarks. Like they get hit on by guys, or they I think there was one point I was at a card shop, and then there was this guy who was like trying to get closer to me by talking about buying my deck kind of thing. So it's like a bit unnecessary to want to buy a deck of a female player just because the female player won against you, that kind of thing. So it's like if you were a guy and you play against a guy and you beat you beat the guy using the deck, you wouldn't buy the deck from him, right? I mean, it's just very weird. It's like it's a weird flex in a sense. So it's like
unless you personally have 3 blue eyes, then you can probably trade the deck for it.
But I don't know, I have never actually played like Yu-Gi-Oh that seriously before. Yeah, but I think there was one point I was playing the Yubel thing, so I don't want to say about me as a person.
No, it's just you trying to break the mold of like stereotypical female player mindset by playing edgy deck. I mean, for one, you do like it as well. That we understand. That much we understand. But it also serves as a kind of like a so-called gentle reminder to the card game communities that says, hey, girls can play whatever they want to.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it's like if guys can play whatever they want, why can't females do the same thing? So in a sense, it's kind of like breaking the mold, but also in a sense, you kind of want equality. So it's like it's not just I'll go easy on you because you're a girl, but rather we fight equals because
go all out because we're humans.
Exactly. So I think that's the kind of like thing that I'm actually going for. It's like I play like the card games because I want to enjoy myself.
Yes.
Rather than because my one wants to go easy because I'm a girl, kind of thing. It's like I don't want to be judged just not for the clan I play, but because I'm a girl, kind of thing. So
it also makes like other girls as well like feel very apprehensive towards like people like us also. Those that are just in it purely for the game, because either all of us already have our own girlfriends already as it is, and so like another player comes in, a female player comes in, right? She might feel very apprehensive towards like see people like us because they've gone through this experience. So if you don't mind me asking, so what was your experience when you first came in to play Vanguard with us?
Oh man, I forgot.
I mean, it's been a long time, so but if you can recall, I think
Let's see. I think it was at Summoners, right? Was it Summoners?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it was Summoners. Yeah. I remember. I think I mistook someone for Dempster at one point of time. Yeah. I think there was a guy who looked like you somehow. Then
I have doppelgangers.
yeah, then there's this guy I think who played like strictly Wise Watch, and I forgot. I think it was probably you.
Wise Watch, no, I didn't play Wise Watch.
Exactly. Because I mistook this other guy for you because you look quite similar. So I actually wanted to play Vanguard with you at that point. So I think, I think it was. Let's see. I remember I wanted to play because I got like interested because I actually at that point I was in the let's play because I normally when I see guys playing I'm like, hey, you want to play that kind of thing. So it's like I just want to play for the fun of it rather than but then also I also wanted to make friends lah, so that was part of the whole thing. I think that's how we started.
Actually, I think we met at one of the tournaments. Tournaments also, I think. Or I can't remember because I know there was one time Jasmine and I wanted to settle our fight.
And we never get to settle it.
We never got to conclude it because we were interrupted by the next round.
Yeah.
I think we were both using
Maelstrom.
Yes.
You never got to finish our Maelstrom fight.
I think
you were using Maelstrom. I was using Tetrobus, the blue storm deck.
Yes.
Oh, I think we got a potential fight on our hands right now, so I think we need to resolve
premium.
that. So. Premium.
It's like we never actually got to finish that fight.
Yeah, we did. We never did. Not even until now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in the near
Maybe
future.
you might get to see it here. So
I'm stroking
I need
my
to get back.
stubble.
Need to get back into Vanguard, but maybe not.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have your old stuff that's still fine.
Yeah,
No,
we
I
can
don't.
try to scrub.
okay, never
same.
mind.
Never mind. Forget what you hear. Forget what you hear.
Or
Yeah,
maybe.
But the thing is that I did look at leaks for some of the new Maelstrom stuff. It's actually not bad. But old Maelstrom with the new Glory is better, I think, if not wrong. Or is it the other way around?
The new Maelstrom. I don't even remember what the new ones do.
we gotta brush up
Oh
on
wait,
that.
I think it was the new Maelstrom with the old Glory. If I'm not wrong, because I remember there was a skill. Yeah. I remember they combined the two because I remember the new Glory wasn't as fantastic as the old one.
I think so, and also the cross strike bonus.
Okay, yes.
You hit 13k immediately.
Yes, exactly.
No matter what. So even if we play in premium, right, you strike, you lose the base power, but you still at least get to hit enough.
Yes,
hit hard
and
enough.
I think I actually missed the glories. Was it the glory strike? Or was it the Maelstrom strike? I can't remember.
Maelstrom had the strike.
Yeah, he has the
I
number of
can't remember which one. I haven't touched.
I know.
Dragon Force in so long.
I know. The original Maelstrom strike was a disaster.
It was
not disastrous Maelstrom. It was Admiral Maelstrom.
Yep.
That car was a piece of crap.
It was.
Not gonna lie, I hated
the problem
using
is that it was forgotten damn fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was really hard. I actually didn't know that I was in Maelstrom strike. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. The only reason why people even play it now in Premium was to fulfill the Maelstrom in the G zone criteria.
Yeah,
from
the
disastrous.
namesake, right? The namesake,
the namesake, yeah.
exactly.
It's for the namesake as well. But then again, you have to keep in mind that Maelstrom, Maelstrom came out in the Fighters Collection, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, so usually stuff from Fighters Collection, right, is
They end
never
up being
really
forgotten.
not say forgotten. It's never built upon in
Yes.
subsequent
Yeah.
sets. Not until it's in demand or they feel like, hey, we should bring this back.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I just throw all cards. I here go and play with the cards.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's like,
Oh, thanks for sure. Okay, so we also talked about the negative experience, but do you have any like positive experiences?
positive experiences.
yeah, as a female player.
How to say? I
Please
would
be
say, yeah, I do get to meet you guys. I guess that's one positive aspect.
True.
That's one aspect. Then I think people are also like a bit kinder to you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if you go to like card shows and you want to buy stuff from the uncle, like the uncle maybe you're a female player. Let me give you a discount. So like, okay, you can.
That's a bless. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
bless.
But it's not bad, I guess. I mean, like.
I mean, for you, yeah, but for us guys, it's like, okay, because we have the shalongs, we have got to pay more.
No,
It's rare, lah. I mean, I do encounter here and there, but it's rare.
Yeah, of course. I mean, card shop owners don't really care whether you're male or female. They just
but
they
don't
see
just-
potential customers. They will do
Exactly.
whatever they want to sell things to you.
in
I
a
mean,
way,
that's-
yeah.
But I think it depends also, lah. I mean, I actually rarely encounter special occurrences, so I really can't say much. But like the few encounters I do meet, like people are usually kinder to girls. in a sense.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
as long as they're not overstepping.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
But
that's
that also
usually the
depends.
case,
That also depends on who they really are beyond that. Like,
Yes.
are they treating you kinder because they are genuinely kind to people, or just because you're a girl?
yeah, and I think normally it tends to be the latter rather than because of who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess in the grand scheme of things, it always comes down to like gender. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
it's-
negative connotation, but it's not that bad sometimes.
It's not as bad as say some of the other ones that you mentioned before.
Mm,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely.
Because these are also similar sentiments that is shared not just by you in kite game community, but also I think female gamers in general actually.
Yes.
Because
we make it
I am friends with quite a number of female players in the gaming community,
Yep.
and most of them actually, like the things that you said, right, has actually reciprocated exactly what they have said. And I've seen some of them struggle in the gaming community, with the same things. Like, oh, you're a girl, so people kind of treat you kinder. There are those that will like go out of their way to quote unquote hit on you, that kind of things.
It's kind of creepy, you know.
Yeah,
It's
so
like-
it makes, sometimes when I see those kinds of behavior, right, especially from guys that I know that are this sort of behavior, it just makes me want to apologize on behalf of the entire community.
Exactly.
There are good ones among us also, and I think that's also I think that's also one of the more predominant problems. That's why females can't get into the gaming community because of the male-centric eye.
Yeah,
Of the
exactly.
male-centric eye. So even though there are a lot of prominent names, female names in the game community, but you know, even those comes with their own pitfall traps also. Like, say, you know, you have to be good looking. That way more people are going towards your content and such also.
Yeah, I'm not that good looking. Or maybe because I haven't got these comments.
But that's also why the internet is changing the way it is right now, because we have seen a sudden surge in virtual YouTubers, and most of them are females. Not saying that there are no male VTubers, just that for female VTubers, it's a lot more than male
yes.
VTubers. And I think the whole point I'm trying to make here is that females are starting to get more and more accepted as gamers.
Yes.
And you know, we start to see the gender line like slowly blurring away, slowly dissipating.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it also brings another problem, because whatever issues that the female players, female gamers or players face as of now, the same could also be said for the other side. Where there's a problem on one side, there'll always be a problem on the other side. So
Yes.
for the male side, right, like for male gamers or male card gamers who really want to get into these kind of scenes, to share their experiences, to do what they want to do, what they love to do, it's also being frowned upon by not just the females but the males as well. It's like people are saying, oh, you're just a tryhard, you're riding on the coattails of a successful person, or things like, you're a guy, you'll never be able to make it like the girls do. That kind of negative
Yes,
connotation
yes,
is
yes.
also quite debilitating to the males as well.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing how you see the world and think, oh, how progressive things have been thus far.
Yeah.
But then you realize that maybe at some aspects it's kind of reversed instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Like when
yes.
you solve a problem, another new problem appears.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So, but
Ah.
I think the one, but from my perspective, I think that one is a VTuber kind of problem, because
exactly,
because in gaming in general, it's the opposite of that. So in a way, it's the opposite of that also, and especially for those that haven't established their a name for themselves. I would love to name names, but I think for safety reasons, I try not to. So, but I have seen like female journalists. I've seen female streamers who actually have to not say fend off, but more of like, you know, establish their dominance. Like they literally have to T-pose.
Did you really do that?
No, they didn't. No, but they really have to assert themselves. Like they have to be quite aggressive in order to establish themselves. Like, hey, I'm one of you guys. I'm not just female. I am one of you guys as well. We are gamers in general. So while the fight may be handled on the brunt on the female side also, that's not to ignore that the male side doesn't suffer from that as well.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, the VTubers is one of those things also. But
Yes,
also
correct.
for those that are also kind of like they want to get up to a certain level, like these are the same challenges or these are the same criticisms that they face.
So it's not
Yeah.
just for the females but for the males as well. But of course it depends on what kind of community we are getting into. Like for the VTuber communities, it's predominantly female VTubers with a lot of male viewers.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that the other side doesn't exist. It's just not as widely publicized.
I mean,
as
there are a
the
few
female side.
male VTubers, but
Yeah.
they're not as prominent as the female.
Correct. You don't see a lot of people talking about male VTubers than female VTubers. Like you
true,
go to a forum, right? 90% of the posts are all about female VTubers.
Correct.
Yeah. Which brings us to the next point. In a good segue.
Yep.
So for card games, going back to card games, we've seen how the media has promoted card games to female players with a lot of different. There are a lot of different examples, but one I would like to point out is the fact that they managed to bring in Token Rambu. Now, as we all know, Token Rambu is a browser game. It starts out as a browser game that is very similar to like Kankole, these kind of things, and is mainly targeted towards female players. Let's all be real.
Yeah,
Let's all be real. It's mainly for girls.
Hot
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
I
hot
can
guys.
Hot
understand the
guys.
appeal.
Yeah, and clothing ribs. Like, oh, I would love to see those abs underneath. Those.
I think all three of us have known at least somebody that's like this kind of person.
Yes.
It's like it's pure simp. It's like
Yes.
pure simp because of the way that they look. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, going on that topic, like how they used Token Rambu to try to get female players into Vanguard. What was your thought on that?
They did succeed at one point. I think during the hype when it was released, I think I knew like of 3 other people, females, who got into the game because of Token Rambu.
Okay.
But then they basically dropped off because at that point when Token Rambu was first released, like the whole mechanic, what's mechanic called?
There are a few. Nito Rambu, Nito Kaigang.
Yeah.
What else? Homare.
Omari.
I really can't remember, but it works as a rush deck like, at a point in time. So
Yeah.
I think that along with the whole aesthetic of the whole clan, I think it basically drew people back to the game lah. But I think ultimately I didn't jump onto the hype train because firstly it wasn't my kind of thing. Yeah, and then it's like if you look at the clan itself, it's really marketed for girls because the game itself is like is entirely filled with guys.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what they're going for.
And in the end, I think they did succeed in the business, but not. I don't feel like they've accomplished. If it was a goal to bring in more female players into the game, because most of their buys, right, are coming from people who are fans of the
Token Rambu series
the brand,
itself, yes,
Token Rambu
correct.
series, and most of them, right, as you said, like they may learn how to play the game, but they didn't stay to continue it. Not only that, also most of their sales, right, are probably for those that wanted to collect these set cards.
Yeah, because I remember there was a point of time where I think the top selling card was, what's his name? Mitsu Tada, the guy with like black bluish hair. I really can't remember his name.
Mikatsuki, is it? Or
I-
Ji-chan, is it?
Yeah. I only know his nickname is the Ji-chan. So
Ji-chan,
yeah. So his SP card was selling for quite a high price at the point.
Yeah.
So I think the point of that was to basically fuel the collection sales. Yeah, for collection sales. Because I mean, if you look at it, it's kind of marketed the same way as people marketed Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bermuda Triangle also sell for a lot of money. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
around
that's
the
true,
same
that's true.
concept.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they do play around the same concept as well, like the whole rush fuel mechanic.
Yeah.
It's around the same thing.
But the problem with Token Rambu is that there could be a few factors that that resulted in why Token Rambu was no longer boosted. First of all, it could be the sales. There just weren't enough people buying the stuff, and it is kind of evident like you can't really combine 2 different communities together. I mean, it is possible, but with 2 vastly different communities trying to come together is very hard. Like we have one group that is very into Token Rambu, and they have another group that is very into Vanguard.
Yes.
So to try to combine them together is like aligning all the planets together.
Yeah, which is quite impossible unless you find the person that wants to play for both the clan as well as for Vanguard.
Yeah,
It's a bit
exactly.
hard
Hard to find.
I think that's how Bang Dream came about. Coming into Vanguard, because I think
guess so,
I think
yes.
I think when they realized that, this is purely opinion as well. I think when they realized that they couldn't succeed with bringing new players in through Token Rambo. So they actually went up going with something from their own IP. So,
Yes.
and I'm not certain of the numbers, but I believe that Bang Dream sales was actually pretty successful.
Well, if it's enough to bring it to the English side, then yeah, it is successful to a certain extent.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they have been. I mean, Bang Dream themselves has also been trying to market themselves out from there. So, and I think what better way to do it than to have an English release.
Yes.
To reach to a much more wider audience.
Because really, people have been playing Bang Dream outside of Japan as well.
Right.
I think it's a good way for them to get into the game, because from what I've seen, Bang Dream sets is actually pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It has a very interesting gimmick too, like song cards. This one. So
Kind of was like the idol thing in Better Spirits, right?
kind of yes.
Kind of, yes.
But Aikatsu, I would say it's a bit more successful on that, because Aikatsu actually plays within Battle Spirits mechanics.
yes.
So
it does.
it's not as like alienating as compared to if you use a entirely new gimmick just
Yes.
for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think what Bang Dream was his own clan, right? Like
Yeah.
Token Rambo. Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
It was his
So
own
you
clan.
couldn't combine it with like the existing cards there.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the
But do you think that they may have gone an approach? Because if they ever have the goal, or like if they want to try the recipe again with Token Rumble, right? Wouldn't it make sense for them to actually like create like their own like male group that that females would go for, in a similar vein to like Token Rumble?
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so basically Bang Dream but full of male characters instead.
you mean Ensemble Stars?
Like Ensemble Stars, yes, that's one. Or Idol Master Side M.
Oh yes.
Was it? Yeah.
Side M, correct.
I mean, it is possible, but as of now, I think what they're doing on a business, in a business opinion, is actually quite successful. So I don't see the reason for them to change it in any way. Like if they want to carry on with Token Rambo, that's where another factor that I thought of could come in, and that is the licensing agreement with
Yes,
Token Rambo. It
yes.
could have expired already. That's why they didn't choose to continue.
yeah,
Like, it could be
and
expensive.
I think that was the reason why, because
One main reason.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
the reason. I mean, I think it was the case.
Yeah. I know for a fact that these licensing costs are usually pretty high. So
yes.
they do have a certain quota that they need to meet
Yes.
in order for the licensing to kind of pay for itself.
Correct.
So, but I think if they make within under their own brand, so if they did that, then they could potentially do that. But as you said, if sales are not really like drastic, and they are not the kind of company that really wants to be inclusive. It is a
Yeah.
business after all.
Not
so-
just inclusive, like they are not prepared financially, mentally, and physically to take the
Yes.
risk in
Yes.
investing so much in an all-male project that maybe some girls would enjoy. It's not easy.
That is true, so but that's also a shame as well, because I think that would have been another attempt, at least, whether successful or not. Like, would be another attempt to actually bring more female players into the card gaming scene. So
I think it's quite hard because I think not many female players would be drawn into like card games because of the whole stigma surrounding, like I talked about
Correct.
earlier. So it's quite hard to get girls to play like a male centric.
or rather just
thing.
kind of like consider card gaming as a fun hobby to do.
Yes,
So,
correct.
Or unless they come up with some sort of card game that's easy for everyone to enjoy, not just males but females as well.
Yes.
Maybe like if the rules aren't so complicated, maybe female players might come in and say, hey, maybe this is a fun idea. We can give it a shot.
but I also think that it's also the community as well. So
Yeah.
I think if the
I think
community.
the community often plays a very big part in like.
It does, yes.
Like the only reason I would say that Jasmine is still with us to this day after such a long time is because of the community that she's around in.
Yeah.
Us, so, and we've been
yes.
yeah, we've been very accepting of her views, her likes and dislikes and such.
Yes,
and
thank you.
and yeah, basically the point is that I think having a positive community would allow females to feel a bit more safe.
Yes.
To stay in this game. So they may find the game fun, but if everybody else is around it, it's not.
Yeah, but the thing is,
As
I think it also depends on the female player, it's herself, because if you are the wishy-washy type of female, then like you normally drop interest in the game very fast. Yeah, cause I have met like female female players who are like not very vocal in a sense, so they kind of like lose interest because they can't mix with the guys as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
So actually, it actually depends on like kind of goes both ways.
But
Like the community is one thing, and then like the female players is another.
correct. So, but I'm sort of like kind of reaching out to those players that are like, they do enjoy the game. There are a lot of female players that do enjoy the game for what it is. So the only reason why they cannot stick to it is because they don't really have anybody positive to share it around. So I think that's also another huge challenge. So.
Yeah, like imagine being the only girl in a group full of guys, right? And every single day, all you get is either berating comments from them or comments like that hint on, for lack of a better term, the sexuality. Don't just
take
because you're
advantage
female.
of you because you're a female.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
That kind of
exactly.
thing is honestly like, it's really not something that we like to see.
No.
But unfortunately, it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. And I think that the reason why we are having this podcast with Jasmine here, so it's because we do want to sort of like promote the idea of a more positive community, so that not only would we have more players, but also a more inclusive, gender neutral community. So something that evens out, and so that everybody can have fun together. So
We're in progressive times now.
Progressive. Yes,
Progressive
we are
times.
slowly moving forward for sure.
we are slowly moving forward. So, but we need to continue to moving forward. So not only will the community increase, opinions increase as well, but also it's beneficial for the company themselves. So.
Yep.
On that note, going back to promoting card games, right? I mean, we've seen a lot of female players in these card games, like the anime Vanguard, for example. We've seen a lot of play super feminine clans, like Emi with Bermuda Triangle. What was the name again? Mai with Neo Nectar, Misaki with Oracle Think Tank. Oracle Think Tank is Tokuha with Neo Nectar as well. So, what are your thoughts on that? And is there any way you think that these card game animes can do to sort of combine, they reinforce the gender neutrality in these card games?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
What are your thoughts on like these animes, right? Like promoting characters that play feminine clans, and do you think there's any way for them to?
It's not exactly a bad thing. I mean, ultimately, people go for the clans rather than the people who play the clans, in a sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's one way. Also, but if you really want to shock the system, in a sense, like promote female characters that are playing non-typical or what they would frame as typical clans that females would play. Like instead of a female playing Bermuda Triangle, I've written this for story once as well. The story for Vanguard centric also. I had a female player. I have female players, right, that not only play Bermuda Triangle, but I also have female players that play Narukami.
I think there was a character in the anime who played like Dimension Police. I can't remember her name.
Yuri.
Yuri, right?
Yeah, but she's a side character because the main focus on Dimension Police, right, was on Kote instead.
It was in Kote, correct?
Correct. So Yuri did play Dimension Police, but she wasn't prominent in the later.
She was an anime
agree.
only character, if I'm not wrong, because she never appeared in the manga. So in the V series onwards, she just
she's
she's
dusted.
she's completely dusted.
Yeah,
So
which is sad because
yeah.
but the funny thing is her original deck wasn't even an Enigman. It was Battle Sisters.
Yeah, she originally played Battle Sister.
It was like
Her original clan was Battle Sisters.
Then you have what's her name? Oh my god.
Corinne plays Go
Paladin.
Paladin. Yeah, but she also plays Royal Paladin.
Yeah. So I mean, she played Jewel Knights, right? If I'm not
Yes,
wrong. Yeah,
Jewel
Jewel
Knights.
Knights. So I don't think it's a very gender focused deck in a sense.
In a sense, yes, but Jewel Knights is mainly. It's also considered to be a bit more feminine looking because first of all, jewels.
Not only that,
not
also
only.
your prominent grade 3s,
Yes.
your prominent strides are all female.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
We've got Salome, we've got Ashley. They're all girls.
They're all girls, so there is a few.
Fair.
There is a few male Jewel Knights, but there are far and few between. It's
Ivan.
like the VTuber thing.
Ivan. And what's his mate?
Okay, I mean, yeah, you kind of use a running.
It's a running joke, like
running
everyone.
theme.
It's common that everyone hates Somi.
Don't even mention Salt Me's name.
We brought the sword already.
Don't even talk about Salt Me.
Okay.
It's just traumatized with Salt Me.
But to go back on topic as well, I think that they should try and shock the system even more. Like we do have some good examples, but those were in the early days of Vanguard in a sense. Going forward, right, especially in 2020, especially 2020, I think shocking the system even further, shaking up the system even further would really make it so that that the game is more inclusive.
Yeah.
Maybe it may translate into the community who feels that it's a more accepting thing, but at the same time also, right, it starts from the host company themselves.
Yeah.
If they do it right, then I think the chain can go down.
In fact, I think they did do it for a short while during the Lane Joker arc, where all the reverse female players end up playing Lane Joker.
Yes.
Like, what was it?
Suiko played
Schwarzschild, yeah.
Schwarzschild, oh
Yeah.
yes.
But I argue that they're only doing it for promotional sake.
Of course. But I mean, it's still an idea nonetheless.
Yeah.
I actually forgot. Schwarzschild exists at the point.
Schwarzschild, yeah, it was the right chain.
Yeah, but she's the only person that used Schwarzschild.
Yeah, she was the only person. Apart from that, we also have, I mean, Ashley reverse.
Oh, but then if you want to talk about it, you have Noah who uses like
but Noah's
chaos.
a guy.
Yeah,
Noah's a
but
dude.
Noah
Noah's a
looks feminine. That's the thing.
Okay, that is actually not wrong. Like, there's another thing they could do is also to introduce more feminine guys.
Effeminate.
I can't believe I'm
the
saying
term
this.
is effeminate.
No. The correct term is anhydrogenous.
Oh yes.
Androgynous, yeah,
Androgynous.
androgynous.
Correct.
Let's make it simpler, girly guys.
Simpler for you. I'm just gonna use androgynous.
Fine.
Androgynous.
But the point still stands, like, if they introduce more of these kind of characters, even though it may not be widely accepted, like instead of like just full all 100% female, I think it also gets girls more interested into whatever they are trying to do.
I think that is the goal right there, because they shouldn't be playing these clans for plot reasons.
Yes.
They themselves should be, this is the clan that I resonate with the most.
Yeah, I resonate with Chaos Breaker.
Hence, I'm not saying that there needs to be more females like Jasmine, but more on the sense that there needs to be portrayal, representation of women playing what they feel more comfortable with.
I think this world is already full of Jasmine. I mean, just look at the oceans.
Hey, I'm right here.
Really? Okay, I think we are currently at the 40-something minutes mark, which is actually a pretty good time for us to end the podcast. But before we do that, this should be done in the beginning, but I kind of forgot. A word from our sponsors, which could be you. Because if you join us in our membership, you can get lots of good perks. We can be more interactive. Well, yeah, basically.
to flesh it out even more. So if you do join our membership, through the join button that you see below next to the subscribe button, you will be able to benefit from perks that we have established within the YouTube system. So stuff like being able to use our custom emojis. If you've been on our Discord, you have seen those emojis, and there's the stuff that you can use during our premieres, which we are probably doing right now, and also during our live streams as well, the ones that we do on Wednesdays, midweek Minecraft, as well as our TGIF Friday game nights. So if you do join, us, right, you'll get those perks and more as well. Because we also have other stuff which includes private game sessions, requests for videos. So if you really want us to do a specific video, right, if you do join us, right, you have that power to be able to do so. As long as you pick the correct perk, of course. Also.
Now a lot of people say like, but we can just basically request any files we want, like, then you probably do it. But the difference is that you can request any kind of video for us to do.
And we will have to do it because the video itself is technically produced by you.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole membership starts out with $1 a month. So if you would like to support the show directly, support CVGS directly, you can do so by joining us as a membership.
Yes.
So okay, that's out of the way.
And also the fact, right? And also this, if you have any questions for us, do be sure to let us know within the comment section or in the live chat, and then we will pick those questions out and then we'll answer them in the next podcast.
Yes.
So if you have any questions that you would like answered, and if you like our guest to answer it as well, do be sure to leave them there, and then we will bring it into the podcast.
Yep.
So that was an awkward silence.
Very, very
Sorry
awkward
about
silence.
that. Yeah. So apart from that, and Jasmine, do you have anything else you would like to say to the viewers or anything?
I think in general, female players should not feel like they have to, fit in in the sense. I think they just be themselves. I think it's the best part. It's the best thing that they can do. It's just be themselves. So I think a good thing would be for the community to be more welcoming of girls in general. Yeah, and they treat them as like equals rather than being treated differently because we are females. Yeah. So that's that.
Very important. Yes.
Very, very important.
So it's not just I'll go easier on you because you're a girl, but rather the true gender equality should be beat you up equally because you're a girl, kind of thing.
I'll beat your face with your own face.
Yes, females, it's okay to show your strength and it's okay to play what you want. For guys, be more accepting of what females want to play.
Yes.
And just accept them for who they are. So
I think that's the more important thing.
Don't see gender as a barrier. See it as an opportunity to cross the barrier.
But
say deep.
but do take it in the right context, of course.
Beat people up equally. So
gender equality. Do what Kazuma does in Konosuba.
Yes, exactly.
That's the best way I can put it. Gender equality at its finest.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's about it. If you guys like this podcast and would like to see more coming from us at CVGS, do slam this like button and subscribe to us and ring the bell so you can be notified of all of our updates. At the same time, join us on our Discord. Join us on Discord. We'll be there on most nights. Jasmine will be there. You can talk to her there.
Yeah, you can find her, that is. So
she changes.
My name has
often.
been there since.
But your nickname changes almost like.
No, it has been there since our last nickname thing, the nickname game thing.
Yes, but you're welcome to change it, so we won't know when you decide to change it.
But either way, one way to get Jasmine out would just be using those very salty tags.
Hey.
Then she'll appear and this guy, who goes there?
You called.
But regardless, yes, you can find us there on most nights or on our Discord. You can find the links in the description box below, as well as our socials as well. So you can find our Twitter, our Facebook, and our Instagram as well. So be sure to follow us on all of our platforms so you can see all of the content that we have going up.
Yep. And we also have our weekly streams, like Cap mentioned. We got Midweek Minecraft and TGIF Games Day on Fridays, so you can join us there. If we have games that we really die want to play, we will also announce spontaneous last minute streams, so you can join us there too. Keep the bell rung.
Keep the bell
rung-a-lung. So that you'll be notified when all these announcements come out. Yep. So that being said, thank you, Jasmine, for being the guest.
Yes,
thank you,
Cap,
for helping
me.
Thank you, Cap, for helping me with this podcast for this month's episode. And thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.